Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in for a little lesson on today. Now, listen, it's two sides to this thing. It's one thing that comes to stop you, to hinder you, and on the other side, it comes to prepare you and propel you. And in the middle is your choice on you choosing what it's going to do to you and or for you. So whatever you are facing right now, the decision you have to make, the season that you're in, the thing that you're going through, you get to choose, does this hinder me or does this propel me? That's your choice. Because we cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond to it. Will it make you bitter or will it make you better? That's your choice. So with everything in life, you got to take that time and you got to sit down and you got to look yourself in the mirror and you got to ask yourself the very tough questions. How will I respond to this situation? And then from there, that's what determines the quality of your life. It's in that moment that your character is revealed because everything that you've gone through has tested you, tempted you, prepared you for this season. And this season is preparing you for the next season. And so with every step of the way, the one thing that you never lose is your ability to choose. The one thing that you never lose is your ability to choose. So you have to choose wisely. And in this, you get to become the victim or the victor. You get to overcome or you are overcame. So be honest with yourself and really ask yourself, am I playing the victim or am I seeking victory? And in that answer, that is where you find everything that tells you about your life, where you are, why you're there, how long you're going to be there, and what you're getting ready to go through next. It's all coming from the inside out. It was a quote, I read it from Stephen R. Covey, not sure where he got it from, Anais Nin or somebody. And it said, we don't see the world for what it is. We see it for what we are. So there comes a time that we have to check our lenses. We got to check the way we're looking at things. And there's going to be this mindset shift where you literally shift the narrative in your head. And you got to tell yourself something different just so you can perceive things differently. So based on your upbringing, based on your past, based on the things you've experienced, you may literally have to do a mind trick that the person next to you does not have to do because they have not experienced your exact set of circumstances. So therefore, you have to take different measures because you've gone through and seen different things. And having that understanding about yourself, that's what gives you exponential power. Now, when you don't understand yourself, you don't know yourself, then you just wallow in your pain. You wallow in your misery, and then you look for company. But when you get to know you, when you could take those kitty gloves off and you could be real with you, that's when you experience your greatest breakthrough. And now listen, this shedding process, this pruning process, this weeding process is going to be the most intense process in your life. We all go through it. And it's the time where we decide to die or we decide to live on. But that process is painful and it's a daily work. And whenever there's a shift in the spirit, see, those who are called cannot stay on just one message, just one topic. Because when there's a shift in the atmosphere, we feel it. And we have to shift with it if we are a messenger, if we are a voice to help others while we are experiencing, struggling, learning, growing, and going through. We got to be able to shift. And so when you feel this, you got to pay attention to it. And you can't just be hunky-dory and everything is good when you're in a season of pruning and you got to grow. And you got to grow so that you can experience that next level. And you have to get to the root of your desires. What are the desires of your heart? And are you desiring God's will for your life? Are you seeking growth? Are you trying to grow and to change? Or are you allowing your life and your choices and your decisions to be dictated by society? Are you setting the trend or following the trend? Are you the trend? Are you the temperature? Or are you being led by external forces, by outside influences, by the reels, by the TikToks, by the YouTube shorts? What is dictating your days? What is dictating your happiness, your peace, your joy? Where is this coming from? Where are you operating from? And do the desires you have for your life line up with the word of God? And that's the hard truth we have to face. Because we cannot serve God and money. We cannot serve those two at the same time, because you will love one and hate the other, as the good book says. And this is really hard. It's really hard because we are in a world where material things define our lives. Material things define our success. So therefore, the house we can get, the cars we can get, the clothes we can get, even the job we can get begins to define us, but our heart may be being taken further away from God. And we may cease to desire to represent or be an example of a light for God. And instead we become a light for mammon, for money, for the wrong things. And we all go through this. I go through it. I know you go through it. And you got to be able to reset. And ask yourself, and not just in material things, but even in your life, in your relationship, in your friendship, the people you have in your life, are they helping you grow, or are they keeping you a toe? Are they helping you expand, or are you retracting? Are they a help, or are they a hindrance? And these are the tough questions that we have to ask ourselves. And we got to understand that in seasons and at times, it can be lonely on the journey. It can be lonely in the climb. There will be times of wilderness where you are in fasting and prayer and supplication so that you can hear clearly and no one can go there with you. There's some times to where you will be sat down so that you could be stood up. You will be sat down so that you can hear and you can listen so that you can get the plan to move forward. So listen to me. Be very sensitive to the spirit in this season of your life. This season where you're going from broke-minded to rich-minded. The season where you're going from scarcity to abundance, where you're going from self-hate to self-love, from fear to faith, from doubt to hope. The season of transition, the season of renewal, the season of cleansing. Be sensitive to the spirit, but be diligent in the work that you are doing. And this is where we at right now. So y'all forgive me with me bouncing around and I'm a message on love or relationships and a message on general life. I got to flow with the spirit. So please understand that not everybody will. This Tony Gaskins, God bless you. We'll talk soon. I'm still getting over my little ailment. We'll talk soon.